How to find inner peace when life feels heavy. Sometimes life does not break us all at once. It becomes heavy, little by little. One responsibility, one disappointment, one unanswered question, one quiet fear, one day of being strong, then another day, then another. Until one morning, you wake up and you realize your body is moving, but your soul feels tired. You may not be able to explain it. Nothing dramatic may have happened. The world may look the same. Your room may look the same. Your work may look the same. The people around you may still expect you to answer, to show up, to keep going, to be who you have always been. But inside, something feels heavy. Not loud, not obvious, just heavy, as if your heart has been carrying invisible stones and no one can see their weight. If this is where you are, listen gently. You are not weak because life feels heavy. You are not failing because your heart needs rest. You are not behind because you do not have everything figured out. Sometimes the soul becomes tired, not because it lacks strength, but because it's been strong for too long, without tenderness. There is a kind of tiredness that sleep alone cannot heal, because it is not only the body that is tired. It is the mind, from thinking too much. It is the heart, from feeling too deeply. It is the soul, from carrying what it never had time to release. And when life feels heavy, many people try to fix everything at once. They try to understand the whole path. They try to solve the future. They try to heal the past. They try to hold everyone together. They try to be calm by controlling everything that could go wrong. But peace does not come from carrying more. Peace often begins when we finally admit, I cannot carry all of this in the same way anymore. This admission is not defeat. It is the doorway. Because a person cannot find inner peace while pretending they are not tired. A person cannot become calm by denying the storm within. A person cannot return to the heart by abandoning the truth of what the heart feels. Inner peace begins with honesty, not dramatic honesty, not the kind we announce to the world, but quiet honesty. The kind that whispers, I am tired, this is heavy, I need to breathe, I do not know the whole way, but I am still here. These words may seem simple, but they are sacred because the moment you stop fighting the truth of where you are, you begin to come home to yourself. Many people think inner peace means life must become easy, the problem must disappear, the relationship must be fixed, the money must be secure, the future must be clear, the body must feel strong, the mind must be silent. But this is not true peace. This is conditional peace. It says, I will be peaceful only when life stops being life. But life is always changing. People change, plans change, bodies change, feelings change, seasons change. What you thought would stay may leave. What you thought would leave may stay longer than you expected. If your peace depends on everything outside becoming perfect, then peace will always feel far away. True inner peace is different. It is not the absence of difficulty. It is the presence of a quiet place within you that remembers how to breathe, even when difficulty is here. It is not a life without waves. It is learning. There is something deeper in you than the waves. It is not pretending that pain is not painful. It is holding your pain without becoming only your pain. It is not forcing the mind to be silent. It is learning not to believe every thought as if every thought were a command. There is a place in you, beneath the noise, beneath the fear, beneath the pressure to be okay, beneath the old story that says, you must carry everything alone. That place is quiet. It has always been there. You may have forgotten it. You may have been too busy to hear it. You may have been taught to live from urgency instead of presence. But it has not left you. Inner peace is not something you create from nothing. It is something you return to. And sometimes the return begins with one breath. Not a perfect breath, not a spiritual performance, just one honest breath. A breath that says, I am here. A breath that says, I do not have to solve everything right now. A breath that says, this moment is enough to begin. So before you try to change your whole life, come back to this one breath. Feel the air entering, feel the air leaving. Let the shoulders soften, let the jaw loosen, let the forehead release, let the hands rest. For a moment, do not ask life to become lighter. Allow yourself to stop gripping it so tightly. This does not mean you do not care. It means you are remembering that care without rest becomes exhaustion. Love without boundaries becomes self-abandonment. Responsibility without stillness becomes a prison. And strength without tenderness can slowly turn into pain. You were not meant to live as a clenched fist. You were not meant to hold your breath through your whole life. You were not meant to prove your worth by how much heaviness you can endure. There is wisdom in softness. There is courage in slowing down. There is deep strength in saying, I need to return to peace before I continue. When life feels heavy, the mind often says you must figure everything out. But the soul says, come closer. The mind says, what if it all goes wrong? The soul says, breathe with me now. The mind says, you are behind. The soul says, you are on your path. The mind says, you should be stronger. The soul says, you have been strong enough to survive. Now learn to be gentle enough to heal. Listen to the soul. The mind is not your enemy. It is trying to protect you. It looks for danger because it does not want you to be hurt again. It repeats old conversations because it wants to understand. It imagines future problems because it wants to prepare. But a mind that never rests cannot lead you to peace. It can only lead you in circles. So do not punish the mind for being loud, but do not give it the whole throne. You can say to your mind, thank you for trying to protect me, but I am not in every future yet. I am not in every past moment anymore. I am here, in this breath, in this body, in this moment. This is where peace begins. There is so much suffering in human life because people live everywhere except where they are. They live in yesterday, replaying what cannot be changed. They live in tomorrow, fearing what has not arrived. They live in the eyes of others, trying to become acceptable. They live in old wounds, trying to prove they were hurt. They live in imagined futures, trying to control what no human being can fully control. And all the while, the present moment waits quietly, like an open door. Not because the present is always comfortable, but because the present is the only place where healing can happen. You cannot breathe yesterday. You cannot rest in tomorrow. You cannot touch life from a future that does not yet exist. You can only return now. And perhaps this is why inner peace feels so simple, yet so difficult. It asks us to stop running. It asks us to stop arguing with what is already here. It asks us to meet this moment, not with control, but with awareness. Awareness does not mean you approve of everything. Awareness does not mean pain is easy. Awareness simply means you are no longer asleep inside your own suffering. You begin to notice. You notice the thought. You notice the tension. You notice the fear. You notice the sadness. You notice the part of you that wants to escape. And instead of becoming lost inside it, you make space around it. You say, this is fear. This is sadness. This is pressure. This is grief. This is a tired heart. And when you can name what is here without becoming what is here, a small space opens. That space is peace entering. Not as a dramatic light, not as a sudden miracle, but as a quiet distance between you and the storm. You are not the storm. You are the one who can notice the storm. You are not every fear. You are the awareness that can hold fear. You are not every thought. You are the sky through which thoughts pass. Clouds may come, winds may rise, rain may fall, but the sky remains wider than all of it. There is a sky within you, a quiet, spacious place that life may cover but cannot destroy. When life feels heavy, return to that sky. Do not force the clouds away. Let them move. Let them be seen. Let them pass in their own time. And while they pass, keep breathing. Some heaviness comes from the present, but much of it comes from carrying too many invisible things that belong to other times or other people. You may be carrying words someone said years ago. You may be carrying expectations that were never truly yours. You may be carrying guilt for things you could not control. You may be carrying responsibility for emotions that do not belong to you. You may be carrying the need to be understood by people who are not ready to understand. You may be carrying an old version of yourself because you do not yet know who you are allowed to become. No wonder life feels heavy. A person cannot carry the past, the future, other people's judgments, old pain, unspoken grief, and the demand to be perfect without feeling tired. So today, do not ask, how do I become peaceful forever? Ask something gentler. What am I carrying right now that I do not have to carry in this breath? Maybe you cannot release the whole problem, but can you release your shoulders? Maybe you cannot solve the future, but can you stop living in every possible fear for 1 minute? Maybe you cannot heal the whole wound today, but can you stop speaking to yourself with cruelty? Maybe you cannot change another person, but can you return your attention to your own heart? Inner peace is found, not only in great spiritual moments, but in these small returns. A small return to breath, a small return to kindness, a small return to the body, a small return to what is true, a small return to enough. The world teaches us to chase big answers, but the soul often heals through small acts of mercy. Drinking water slowly, standing outside for a moment, turning off one source of noise, cleaning one small corner, putting one hand on the heart, saying no to one unnecessary burden, letting one tear fall without shame, offering one gentle sentence to yourself. I am doing the best I can. I can take one step. I do not have to carry this alone inside my own mind. I am allowed to rest. These small acts matter. They tell the nervous system you are not in danger from yourself. They tell the heart you are no longer ignoring it. They tell the soul you are coming back. And when the soul feels you returning, it begins to soften. Not all at once, not completely, but enough for one breath. And one breath is not nothing. One breath can become a doorway. Many people wait for peace, as if peace is a destination far away. But peace is also a practice. It is a way of meeting life. It is choosing not to add hatred to your pain. It is choosing not to add shame to your sadness. It is choosing not to add panic to uncertainty. It is choosing not to turn every difficult moment into proof that you are failing. Life is already heavy enough. Do not make it heavier by becoming cruel to yourself. When you suffer, speak inwardly as you would speak to someone you love. If someone you loved came to you and said, I am tired, I feel lost, I do not know what to do, you would not say, you are weak, you should be better by now, you are a failure. You would soften, you would listen, you would perhaps say, come sit down, breathe. You do not have to explain everything. I am here with you. Can you offer even a little of that tenderness to yourself? This is not selfish. This is not weakness. This is emotional maturity. Because a person who is at war with themselves will carry that war into everything, into relationships, into work, into silence, into prayer, into rest. But a person learning peace within begins to bring peace outward. Not perfect peace, human peace, humble peace, the kind that does not need to dominate, the kind that does not need to prove, the kind that can listen, the kind that can pause, the kind that can forgive without abandoning truth, the kind that can love without disappearing, the kind that can stand in difficulty and still remember there is light. This world does not need more people pretending to be unbreakable. It needs people who have touched their own pain and become more compassionate because of it. It needs people who know heaviness and therefore do not mock the tired. It needs people who have found one small lantern within and are willing to keep it lit, not only for themselves, but for others walking through the night. If life feels heavy right now, perhaps your task is not to carry the whole world. Perhaps your task is to keep one small light alive, one honest breath, one kind choice, one moment of awareness, one refusal to abandon yourself, one quiet act of love. That is enough to begin, and beginning is sacred. You may think you are too tired to begin, but beginning again does not always require great energy. Sometimes beginning again looks like stopping the inner violence, stopping the constant rushing, stopping the need to answer every fear, stopping the old habit of leaving yourself behind. Sometimes the most powerful beginning is not a step forward, it is a return inward, a return to the place in you that still knows peace is possible. So place your hand on your heart if you can. Feel the warmth of your own presence. You do not need to feel anything special. You do not need to force peace. Just be with yourself. Say quietly, this is heavy, but I am here. I do not have to fix everything right now. I can breathe, I can soften, I can take one small step. Let those words enter slowly, not as a command, as permission. Permission to stop fighting every thought. Permission to stop carrying what is not yours. Permission to stop judging the tired places within you. Permission to be human. Permission to rest before you collapse. Permission to seek peace, not because life is easy, but because your soul deserves a safe place to breathe. There may still be problems after this moment. There may still be responsibilities. There may still be uncertainty. But perhaps you do not have to meet them from the same exhausted place. Perhaps you can meet life with a little more space, a little more breath, a little more kindness, a little more trust that you do not need to see the whole road to take the next step. The next step may be small. Make the bed, drink water, Send the message. Turn off the noise. Sit in silence. Forgive yourself for today. Sleep. Begin again tomorrow. Do not despise the small step. A mountain path is made of small steps. A river is made of small drops. A life is changed by small choices, repeated with sincerity. Inner peace is not found by escaping your life. It is found by returning to your life with a different heart. A heart that no longer believes it must control everything. A heart that can say, I will do what I can. I will release what I cannot. I will not turn uncertainty into self-punishment. I will not abandon myself while I am learning. This is peace, not passivity, not denial, not pretending, but a deeper trust that even in the heaviness, you can remain connected to something gentle within you. There is still a quiet place inside you. There is still a breath waiting for you. There is still a light that has not gone out. It may be small, but small light matters in a dark room. A small lantern does not remove the entire night, but it gives enough light for the next step. And sometimes that is all we need. Not the whole road, not every answer, not a perfect future, just enough light for the next step. So may this be a blessing for the part of you that feels heavy. May you stop calling your tiredness failure. May you stop measuring your worth by how much you can endure. May you stop believing that peace must wait until everything is fixed. May you find one quiet breath today. May you clear one small space. May you release one unnecessary burden. May you speak to yourself with one less harsh word. May your mind become gentle. May your body feel safe enough to soften. May your heart remember that it does not have to carry the whole world to be worthy of love. And may your soul slowly, quietly return to the peace that has been waiting within you all along. If life feels heavy, come back to this moment. Come back to your breath. Come back to your heart. Come back to the small light within. You do not have to carry everything at once. You do not have to become peaceful forever. You only have to return now. One breath, one step, one small lantern, enough to begin.